morning, everyone, and welcome to our webinar, Final Expense Selling with Heart and Hustle with Ames Alex Ordaz. Today's webinar will be recorded and then later posted on our website. This does mean that all attendees will be automatically muted so that we get a quality recording. If you have any questions, go ahead and type them into the chat box, and we'll try to answer them throughout the presentation. But if we're unable to get to all the questions, we'll have a member of our marketing team reach out to you individually to make sure you get that answered. Before we get started, we'd like to invite you to join us for our next webinar on Tuesday, October 28th at 9 a.m. Pacific Time. Join Mutual of Omaha's Christy Myers and Ames Don Erickson for Unlock New Sales Opportunities with Mutual of Omaha's Hospital Protection Plan by registering at yaim.com/training. And with that, I'll hand it over to Alex so that we can go ahead and get started. Take it away, Alex.
Thank you, Jordan, and good morning, everyone, and a huge welcome to Final Expense Selling with Heart and Hustle. My name is Alex Ordaz, and I'm absolutely thrilled you've carved some time to be here today during this very busy AEP season. My single goal is to give you a proven step-by-step blueprint that will not only make you a more effective final expense agent, but will also help you build a business that is profoundly meaningful. We're going to talk about a market that is stable, growing, and full of clients who genuinely need our help. So sit back, grab a coffee, get comfortable, and let's begin. So what's our game plan for today? It's simple and direct. First, we'll dive into the fundamentals, what final expense really is, and why it's one of the most important conversations you can have with the client. Next, we'll pinpoint exactly who your ideal client is. We'll go beyond age and income and look at their core emotional drivers. Then, the heart of our presentation, the art of the kitchen table conversation. This is where we show you how to build trust and present solutions effectively. And here's the exciting part. We're going to reveal our secret weapon, the Legacy Safeguard Advantage. This is a tool that will set you apart from 99% of other agents. Finally, we'll wrap up by showing you the clear steps next to partner with us here at AIM to put this entire system into action. Sounds good? Let's get started. All right. Let's start with the basics. What exactly is final expense? So at its core, it's a simple, permanent, whole life insurance policy with a smaller face amount designed specifically to cover the costs that arise when someone passes away. Think funeral expenses, cremation costs, medical bills, or any lingering credit card debt. But here's the key, and what makes it so perfect for our clients. The premiums are locked in for life. They never increase, and the death benefit is guaranteed. It never decreases. It is the very definition of stability and peace of mind for a senior on fixed income. Now, why is this conversation so critical? Because the true cost of saying goodbye is staggering, and most families are completely unprepared. As of this year, the average traditional funeral in America is about $9,000 to $12,000. Let that sink in for a little bit. That doesn't even include the cemetery plot or the headstone. It's a massive, unexpected bill that lands on a family during the absolute worst week of their lives. This policy isn't about death, it's about love. It's a final gift that allows the family to grieve and to celebrate a life rather than stressing about how to pay for a casket. So who are we helping? The market for this is vast. We're typically talking to folks between the ages of 50 and 85. They're often on a fixed income from Social Security or a pension. They may have a few health issues that would probably disqualify them from larger traditional policies. But most important than any of that is their mindset. And I really want to emphasize this point. Their single biggest fear is being a financial or emotional burden on their children. They've spent their entire lives taking care of their family, and the last thing they want is to leave behind a legacy of debt. When you truly understand that motivation, you've unlocked the key to the entire sale. That brings us to the most important part of our webinar, the sales process itself. and all this starts with fundamental mindset shift. From this moment on, you guys are no longer a salesperson. You're an educator. You're a problem solver. Your goal is to have a genuine human conversation. Leave all the high pressure tactics and the industry jargon at the door. The most powerful tool isn't a closing line, it's your empathy and your listening to the client. We call our method the tabletop conversation because there are conversations that happen right when you enter and sit down with the client. The first 10 minutes are non negotiable and they have nothing to do with insurance. Be a real person. Ask about the military medals on the wall, compliment their garden, ask about the grandkids in the photos. Find common ground with your client. Let them tell you their story. Clients, people only do business with people they know, the people they like, people they trust. This is where you build that foundation. Once you built that rapport, you transition gently. The goal here isn't to tell them they have a problem, it's to ask the right questions so they articulate the need themselves. I'm going to use this client named Miss Jones. Here are some powerful open-ended questions that you can ask. Miss Jones, have you ever had to be in charge of planning a funeral for a loved one before? What concerns you the most when you think about your kids having to handle all of this one day? And one of my favorites to ask, have you ever set aside a specific pot of money, say 15,000 in a savings account just for this purpose? The answer to especially the last one is always no. And just like that, they've told you, the agent, why you're there. So I come from the Hispanic culture, and one of the things we're known for a lot is big family gatherings. So a lot of the times people will get together, especially for a quinceañera or a wedding, and kind of go out and reach out to family members and collect large sums of money so they can have this one weekend together to celebrate a woman entering womanhood or a couple getting married, and it's the time that you get to see your whole family. Well, a lot of the times we're not afraid to drop 10, 15, 20,000 on a party just for all of us to hang out and have a good get together. But when you have this conversation with them about someone passing or what's going to happen when they pass, a lot of the times we don't, a lot of the times we don't even think or even have the funds to want to do it. And when the moment comes when a family member passes, mom, dad, brother, sister passes, we're struggling for money, and then everybody that helped you the first time doesn't want to pop up. There's a couple times I go to markets in my town that I live in, and they have little boxes with pictures of family members that have passed away with a nice letter on the side, kind of explaining why they're asking for funds, just because these moments are not cherished. So I feel like that's one culture shift that we should really focus on as agents to help those cultures realize that this is something that's important and that this is something that if we don't work together to help them understand, the finances really do affect families moving forward. When you present the solution, keep it incredibly simple. I call it the three certainties framework. You look them in the eye and say, Miss Jones, this plan gives you three certainties. First, a monthly payment that is fixed and will never increase. Second, a death benefit to your family that is guaranteed and will never decrease. And third, it provides this money as tax free cash for your family to handle everything. Then you show them two or three options on a simple worksheet, no confusion illustrations. You can do option A, B, C, or one that I like to use a lot is gold, silver, bronze. You can do option A, 10,000 of coverage costs this much. Option B, 15,000 this much, and so on. And then you let them choose what fits their budget. It's empowering. Now, once they see how affordable it is, you add the final piece that makes it an absolute no-brainer. You say, and Miss Jones, because you're working with me, when you put this plan in place, you get something incredible. It's called Legacy Safeguard. It's a comprehensive legacy planning service that will provide our clients at no extra cost. This isn't just an insurance policy, it's a full support system. It helps them document their final wishes, store important documents, and provides their family with professional support for funeral planning and even estate resolution guidance. It's a total solution. For you, as the agent, Legacy Safeguard is your ultimate competitive edge. First, it immediately differentiates you. Nobody else is offering this. Second, it shifts the conversation. You're no longer just talking about the cost of death, you're talking about the value of legacy. And most importantly, it builds immense trust. You're showing that you care about their entire family's well being, not just making a sale. It's the single best closing tool I have ever seen. With this approach, objections become rare, but when they do come up, you'll be ready. If they say, I can't afford it, you can respond with, I completely understand. And that's why we're here to make it fit your budget. For less than the cost of a daily newspaper, you can have their entire budget burden taken care of, and your family will get the full support of Legacy Safeguard to help them through it all. Another one they could also say too is, I didn't think about it, which is a very, very common objection. You gently say, I understand. By the rate we have for you today is based on your age and health. Let's lock in this rate and your free access to Legacy Safeguard services so you can go on thinking about more important things in life, knowing this is handled. So now, why build a career in final expense? The reasons are simple and powerful. The underwriting is simplified with decisions in minutes. The senior market provides a consistent, reliable stream of leads, and the commissions are strong and paid quickly. But the real reason, the work is meaningful. At the end of a day, you go home knowing you protected a family with what could have been a financial nightmare. There's no better feeling than knowing you helped the family do that. If this approach resonates with you, and if you want to do business the right way and provide real value, then we invite you to partner with us. We provide access to high rated carriers, the best training in the industry, and most importantly, exclusive access to powerful tools like Legacy Safeguard that will give you an immediate advantage in the field. This slide here shows all of the top rated carriers that we offer here at AIM. A lot of them are well known and been in the business for a long time, so to really help you and your clients find the right help. Getting started is simple, straightforward. To get contracted and gain access to our full site and tools and training, I'll have you guys do one of three things. You could email me here at yaim.com. You can put on the subject line new agent, as well as if you guys are existing agent with us and want to get contracted, you can either contract your marketer. We also have Don Erickson, Chris Chamberlain, and Nisha that are also with us here at AIM. You could also visit our website at yaim.com. There you can go through our products, other webinars that we have as well, and then find what best fits the needs you're looking for. Or you can also give us a call. We're always here to answer the phone, 800-672-7202. And with that, that brings us to the end of our time. My goal today was to give you guys a clear, actionable blueprint to succeed in the final expense market. I hope you found it valuable. On behalf of our entire team here at AIM, thank you so much for your time and your attendance. We look forward to contacting you and helping you protect more families. If you guys do reach out, we will do whatever we can to get back and hold with you in the next 24 to 48 hours, depends on the circumstance. Other than that, have a wonderful and productive rest of your day.